everybody. Yes, I know. I don't know, lately since the pandemic, I've been even more busier with this online schooling. Also, it's kind of difficult filming something because I don't want the noise of the kids in my background. All right, my friends. So today I'm doing finally the house plant tour. I never did it, and I did offer a while back that I will do it someday, and finally the day has come which I decided to share with you. Now here I have the marble queen pothos. Now some plants I don't know by hand. I don't have them on my head. I'm not memorized all of them, but bear with me. This is one of my plants that I have in my main floor, my marble pothos. It seems to grow very nicely here on my back door in the backyard because it gets enough bright light and it gets a little tiny bit of sun, maybe half an hour, I don't know, but it's very little. These cups, they look like teacups, but they're huge. This is a huge one. In the garden center they were selling it, and the only downfall to it is the color is fading because I had it outside the cup, right, with a different plant, but I decided to put the pothos in there. Well, it's still looking pretty. You can still see the design and the bird and everything else, and I like to put little things around it. And there is another one here. I forget the name of this plant, but I'm going to show you the mama plant, which does have the name on it. It has the green leaves and it's beautiful. It just goes towards the light. And this one, I believe it's the jade pothos philodendron, and as you see, it has grown, and I just decided to put it on a hook on the top right up there. And here is also the, oh my goodness, my head. I'll put down the name. I'll put it down at the bottom. It's very soft and kind of a little slightly furry. Another philodendron. I did make a video on that one. It's looking kind of sad because I had it at the other corner with my Monstera, and for some reason it started looking sad. So I decided to put it in this side and see if it will get better and look more nicer, or I might have to repot it and put it in probably a smaller pot. Maybe it doesn't like it because it's kind of a, maybe it's too big for her. And here I have my peace lily, which is a different type of variegated. It's the leaves have white stripes on them, lovely white stripes on it, and it has a bloom. Now this peace lily was infested with the phaibids, I believe. I forget the name of the other one, and I sprayed it twice because I've been getting over and over until finally it has seemed to stop, and finally it has a bloom. I just cut it down way to the bottom as much as I could, and I cut all the bad leaves and anything sticky that I saw. I just cut them all off and then just start spraying with alcohol. Yes, I know it sounds kind of hard for them, but apparently now it's looking much better the way it was before. It was sad looking. Now it has a beautiful bloom and it's looking beautiful. Okay, so here's another peace lily. It has a dry bloom. It seems to like this corner for some reason. It just looks lovely, shiny, and then getting new little shoots of leaves, and it just seems to like this corner for some reason. I guess because of the bright light and of the back door. And here is the orchid. I don't remember. I think this is the white orchid. I decided to put it in this vase instead of the orchid wood that's supposed to be with, or moss. It seems to be surviving fine. It has not bloomed. I'm experimenting. It's the only one that I have like that with a little tiny bit of water. I put every 2 weeks so far. Nothing has happened so far. And this is the plant I was talking about. It's beautiful, and it also had the same problem. It got attacked with those phaibids. I swear it's another name. I forget the name, but your leaves start looking very sticky stuff on it, or the stem has sticky stuff on it. This one is called, it's lemon lime philodendron, and I fell in love with it because of its leaves. It's so beautiful. And I have this umbrella tree which was very tall and big, and I decided to cut it off. Why? Because it started having that problem with the sticky stuff, shiny sticky stuff on it. It was infested. I got a new little leaf here, a baby one there. It seems to be accepting it. I know it was a harsh thing to do, to cut off the top parts, because the top parts were really bad. So I said, you know what, let me cut those parts down and see what happens. And then after that, the first first thing I did is water it first, and then after the next day what I did is I started spraying the alcohol. So hopefully this plant does not get attacked again. I'm really getting tired of those insects attacking the plant, or mites, whatever you can call them. And here I have my big Monstera. It's a huge pot. I mean, in the camera it does not look huge. It is. You can see the leaf is huge, and I'm getting a new shoot there. You see that? I got a new shoot. I'm getting new. Got the leaves there. The leaf, and it seems to like the corner. Hopefully, because we have the windows in front of it, so it's getting light. In the summer, around maybe February, they start getting more light. They start receiving more light, and it seems to be happy in that corner. And I had that other philodendron right down there in that shelf, and it seemed not to like it, so I removed it from there, and I decided to put it over there. And here in front of the window I have a big aloe vera plant. I've sold the second one that I had. Now I have more babies in here, which I need to take them out, but I think it's only 2, or is it more than 2? Actually, it's more than 2. It's looking nice so far, so good. It's pretty. And then I have this beautiful plant. It's a orchid. I forgot the name, but it gives you the big red flower. And I decided to move it. It was upstairs all this time, so I decided to move it downstairs. The same thing I did with my Thanksgiving cactus. I brought them from upstairs, and finally they bloomed for me. So apparently down here they get more dark, because upstairs there's a light pole that gives light, I guess, and that's why maybe they were not blooming. That's the reason why I moved this one down here, to see if it will bloom next year, because I don't think it will bloom this year, but hopefully it will bloom. Now I have here is a rooted scented geranium, the citrus geranium. It's minty smell, very delicious smell, and yes, it's edible. You can make teas. And here is one that I cutting, and I put them in water. I always do cuttings and put them in water. And here is the oxalis, I think it's called. It has the purple leaves. I have both the green and the purple in this pot, and it gives very nice lilac little tiny flowers. And here is the more Thanksgiving cactus, which they did bloom for me. They were full of blooms. I think it's on the last video that I did before this one. The pictures there, how they look so nicely bloomed. You can see the dry blooms on it. I got a little tiny jade plant there, which I got a cutting from, and then I just left it there. I got the prickly pear cactus. It's just a cutting. It kind of, they look crooked actually. This is the rickrack plant, which I saw in Home Depot. They had them for sale, so I got 2 of them. Let's see what happens. If they bloom, even it'll be better. And I got my spider plant, which needs trimmings, needs to be taken off all those dry leaves. And here I have a little tiny plant, which is supposed to be an orange plant. This one is supposed to be little clementines, that one too, which I grew them from seed. And these are cuttings from my Hoya plant. They're leaves only. They seem to be fine. They're still there, looking nicely. They look green and alive. They're not dried out. I think like more than 2 months I have it in there, and then they're still looking fine. And this is my philodendron, my heart leaf, the one that has dark green and light green. And when they get new leaves, they look kind of pinkish, the leaf. Kind of interesting, this plant. And this one is so easy to grow. I have no problem with this one. And I have here, supposed to be a spider plant, but it never blooms for me. I don't know what kind of spider plant it is. I have it for so long. And that one over there is cuttings that I did with a Chinese evergreen, which is covering a bit. You can't even see it. And this one is a snake plant and a Hoya plant. I don't know the names of these Hoya plants. I have only 2. It's right there. And that one got infested in the summer, right? And I washed them out and did everything I had to do. Same procedure. And then water it and then clean it the next next day I sprayed it with alcohol. All right, so now we have here African violet. It has blooms for me, and I think one is dark purple, one is light purple, but the leaves is different. You see this? It's very light green, and this one is dark purple, the leaves underneath. And this one is another philodendron. It's like a lime philodendron, and the leaf is kind of cool because it turns the same as the other one. It turns pinkish underneath. I did a cutting to see if it will root, so hopefully it will root because I only have one piece. I have more philodendron here, and I believe this is a golden pothos, which is not looking happy, so I brought it over here. I put like 3 different cuttings in this pot. Yeah, that's my experiments. And this one is a beefsteak begonia. So this is a beefsteak begonia. I have the ZZ plant. It's looking happy in this corner. It has bloomed for me, new blooms. The one behind, the bigger tall ones, is the one that's blooming a lot. But there's a small one in the bottom which has not bloomed new shoots for me. But the one behind here, has one right here and one new one there. So it's been blooming, it's been happy, so far so good. It's looking beautiful. And here I have peppermint. I decided to plant a piece of peppermint from the backyard, and before the winter came, and it's doing fine. It looked dead at the beginning, but then now I have new leaves and it's doing fine. And this is a Pilea peperomoides. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And I have it here in front of the window. And here I have more philodendrons cuttings that I just did. This one is a Chinese evergreen. I don't know if it's gonna survive, but this one was infested, so I just cut it off. And I don't know, it's still green, but it's not doing anything. This one it's called Den Purple Splash. It's supposed to give me nice flowers. It has not bloomed for me. And there is an empty pot, which I had the cuttings of the ZZ plant. Remember the video I did? I don't know if it's for my lack of not watering it often, because it was a cutting. I should have watered it more often than the other plants. And I'm thinking that's the reason why it did not survive. And here is my fern plant. It was very sick, really. It was dying on me. So what I did is, you know what, let me change the pot and let's see what happens. And there you go. Now it's looking fine, looking happy. It's nice and green compared to the way it was before. And this one is another family of the snake plant. I forget the name of it, but it's like a tube thing, and then the pointy on the top. It's looking fine here in the corner. And here is my other Hoya plant. This one has white spots on the leaf. It's very pretty and shiny. And I have some orchids. Phalaenopsis orchids. That's what they're called. I have like several colors. This one has no bloom yet. This one has bloom there. I have like yellow, white, purple, and some that are mixed. Now this one is white. It's the cakey, you call it, I guess, because I cut it from the mama plant. Okay, so there is another one, and basically almost all of them gave me problems. It had the sticky residue. Like right now when they're not in bloom, they're fine. They don't have that shiny sticky stuff that fabates or whatever, fabates whatever that infests them. They're fine. But once they start blooming, that's when those things appear. I don't get it. I guess because they get more moisture maybe. So this one is blooming. It has blooms. So once it opens, I will share with you. This one is also blooming, which I did not see. See it? It's behind the leaf right there. Oh, isn't it cute? So I have I have 5 here, 5 orchids here. I believe I have more upstairs. Those ones that are more infested. Look, I wanted to share with you. Look, 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 look. Now I see the sticky stuff on the leaf. I'm gonna lift it up. Watch. Did you see that sticky stuff? Once it blooms, I start seeing that stuff. It's so annoying. But for some reason, they don't die. They're fine. After I clean them well, I spray alcohol and then I start wiping them all off. That's what I do. And so far, they have not died on me. They're all alive. I believe only 2 of them died on me. That was like the first time I got the orchids and I didn't know what to do. But now, with the experience, we all learn. And this one here is the one that was outside in summer. This is a hibiscus. hibiscus with big, huge flowers. It was attacked. I had it upstairs. It was attacked with a spider mite. Oh my God. When I went upstairs to water my plant after 2 weeks, I'm like looking out of all these webby stuff. I decided to take it downstairs, clean them up. I watered the plant first, and then after I started cleaning up the next day. But of course, after I watered it, I already sprayed some alcohol after I watered it. And then the next day I did it again and again, and it was still looking sick. And again, I had to do it like 5 times. And finally, the plant, and what I did is take out all the bad leaves that were infested, and I had to take them. Like, it hurt, it hurted me, but I had to do it. And look, now I have new little shoots, new little leaves coming out of it, and I'm so happy that it's fine now. It's looking fine now. And it was flowering for me upstairs because whenever there was sun, it would receive sun. But now I'm afraid to put it upstairs. I don't want it to die. But these days, barely no sun these days, so it's only cloudy, mostly cloudy. Okay, so now let's move upstairs. And here I have the snake plant's nest, the green version. I had the other one, which had the yellow like this one, the nest, but it died on me. A young lady that gave it to me as a gift, well, it was a plant swap. If you're watching, it died on me. I don't know what happened, but it died. So that's both 2 types. I got the snake plant, the tall one. These are cuttings that I rooted, and I decided to put them there. Okay, and then I have this little orchid. I decided to put it here because this one is being, I don't know, kind of sad looking. So I decided to put it over here where it's more light. Hopefully I will get some blooms. It's the small kind, the mini one. I believe this is the purple and white. And here in the main washroom, we're still on the main floor, not upstairs yet, we have the Chinese evergreen, and it seems to be happy in this washroom because I had it over there in the location where that snake plant nest was, and it was infested with mealybugs. After cleaning it, remember the last video that I did, I think a couple years back, I had it outside, and I sprayed it and all, and I had it outside all that time, and then it was too cold. It got cold, and then what happened is it started being droopy, like it wasn't gonna survive. But no, it's right there. It's still there. It's still alive, and it seems to be happy there. And I'm getting a bloom right there. There's gonna be a bloom coming out of there. The Chinese evergreen. And here is another plant in the stairs area, going upstairs to the last floor. So this is the philodendron, the one that I have already. This plant is so easy to grow. I mean, I never had a problem with infestation or nothing. I just love the color. When you get a new leaf, this looks so like salmon mixed with pinkish. I don't know. You get a different color of the new leaves, and then they turn to be something like that. They're very pretty. So I just have one plant here on the window. I could have 2 if I want, but I just decided to just leave one there. All right, so now we're upstairs finally, and here is the citrus geranium. It's called Citrosa geranium. It's like a very minty smell, beautiful smell. The leaves are great to make tea, and I have a baby one here rooted, which is from the other plant, from the mama, this is not the mama plant. And here I have a cactus, which I don't know the name of, and it's so furry, spiny of course, and it does give me those lovely pink flowers that looks like trumpets. And here is a prickly pear. Oh my god, the smell of the mint is just lovely. Just by touching it, the smell just comes in your nose. And here is the prickly pear. You can barely see it properly. There is the prickly pear. Sorry, I'm in my son's room. Yeah, my son lets me put my plants in there. I don't like it or not. Yeah, I seem to have nice spiders to put webs here for some reason. But those spiders I don't mind because they get rid of the little flies. I have here this beautiful, like I said, I don't remember the names. This has white spots on it. As you can see, it's a family of the aloe veras, but these are the tiny versions. And it has many ones, and a new baby there. And it has several. And this is the dry flower. Shame on me, I know. Okay, and this one is the Echinopsis. If I'm not pronouncing it right, I have a feeling I'm pronouncing it wrong. And this has a bloom there that has not grown big. It's still there. Yeah, it has given me blooms every year. So I have nothing to complain. It has given me blooms every year. And there's another succulent They have several there. And this one is the family of the Dumpcane. And it seems to like this room because when the sun comes inside, it comes directly this side. So it likes it in this corner. There was one time that I over watered it. It had too much water. I felt the pot was way too heavy, right? Since it's on the floor, I never check, right? Until one day I'm looking, it was looking kind of droopy. So I decided to check if it was probably too dry. So I lifted and it was way too heavy. So I overwatered it. And then I left it there for like more than 3 weeks until finally now it's looking more alive, not droopy. But the leaves, the tips are still dry. Those just, I need to cut them down, that's all. And the plant has given me so many new leaves. It's just gorgeous. This plant is beautiful. And here I have another succulent. I know I had dry leaves in the bottom before, I guess because the lack of watering. I don't know, it has not given me any blooms, but it's alive. And then I have here, oh my god, I'm getting memory loss. I should put name tags. This is heavy. Look how beautiful. It looks like a big rose. It looks like a big rose, a green rose. Look at it. It's just gorgeous. The succulent is so beautiful. Now I remember. It's called the Echeveria. And then I have my big Ruta, which probably needs water. I usually touch the soil. If it's too dry, then I put water. It's an old plant. I have it for so many years. And whenever it gets tall, I just cut it down to the bottom like that much. And the rest, I save the leaves, I dry it out. In our culture, it's said that the leaves are very good to massage on your tummy or whatever. Stuff like that. We all have our beliefs. Okay, so now we're in the gym room. And here I have another Hoya with the white spots on it. I don't know exactly the name of it, but it's a beautiful Hoya. And it was also attached with those sticky things, and the same thing I did, I first water and then the next day I put myself busy to clean each leaf and then the stems, and then after that I sprayed alcohol, and it seems to be doing well. Now here I have the old philodendron. It has grown long, and from this one is the cuttings that I do. And here I have the big citrus or citronella, or however you want to call this geranium. It's a scented geranium, and this is huge. It's old, probably maybe 4 years old. And from her I've been getting all these cuttings and rooting them and selling them. And this is just a regular geranium. It's with red and white colors, the flowers. And here is the two infested of orchids. The most infested one is the one that's on my machine. You can see the stickiness on it. See that? You see those stickiness? That's what gets on my nerves. And I have these two over here separated. So far they're doing fine. I've cleaned them. They're doing fine. And these are geraniums that I saved from my backyard that I bought. And when the summer comes, all I do is put them together, take the good ones and repot in one pot. And they do look gorgeous after. And this is another saved geranium from the summer. And this is another orchid which is blooming only one bloom. Nice dark purple, and as you can see the shiny stuff on the leaf, it's infested and I need to clean that. I have these plants separated. Here I have a bamboo plant. I'm trying to rush because my battery's low now. I have one of that curved one. I don't know if it's just forced to be curved, but they're both the same. One is straight and one is curved. Actually there's three of the one and the other one. And here is the jasmine. The jasmine seems to be doing fine, and in this room it gets a lot of light. I have both jasmines here and it's doing just fine. It was flowering, but now lately there's no sun, mostly cloudy, so that's why they're not flowering. Here I have another root plant, and this one is an experiment that my son was doing in online school. So that is a pumpkin plant, right? It's a pumpkin plant. And this is another one my son made me buy, a tomato which he does not water, and it's drying out. It's actually dry. I just cut out all the leaves. This is a succulent, which is a panda succulent, and this is another root plant. And this one is a geranium with nice dark red flowers. And this is a joy pothos. I don't have luck with this one for some reason because It's just looking dry with dry spots. I don't know. But I decided to change it from downstairs. I brought it upstairs. I don't know. It seems to look a little better. And here I have the angel wing plant also, which I have one that I bought and one that I was plant swap, which has no leaves. But this one has leaves. I put them in the same pot together, and it does give me new leaves every time there's a new shoot here. It's also a beautiful plant. And here is this plant. Oh my god, it's actually, oh, I thought it was dying. And now that I'm looking at it, I thought it was dying because all the leaves was coming out, falling. And now I see, look at this. I'm getting those. It's called Bonavilla, I forget. Now I'm getting new blooms. Yay! I'm so excited. Look at this. I'm getting new leaves. Yes, I thought it was dead. Thank you, God. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I get excited. I thought it was dead because I get so sad when they're dying. Yeah, so finally, I'm getting leaves on it. It was totally naked. And here are some Euphorbia milli plants, which I decided to sell whatever I had and just keep what I wanted. Like I took a cutting of each one and put them in one pot. I rooted it and put it in the pot. So I have yellow, red, pink, white, and these two back here are the ones that have mixed kind of pinkish whitish. So here's another umbrella plant. This one is looking fine, no problems, no infestation. This one is the white, the yellowish whitish leaves that is mixed color, and another geranium that was saved. These ones are saved from the year, like these are 2019 geraniums, and they grew so beautifully. They flowered beautifully. So I suggest saving them. And here is the neon pothos. I was having problems with it, but I changed it up here and now it seems to be happy. And then, yes, it got infested too. I don't know what's going on. It had millibugs. You have to be checking every time, making sure they're fine. Okay, so that was the neon pothos. I have here the golden pothos. So far it seems to be doing fine. It's growing beautifully. But again, I have to be on watch on these millibugs. It's so frustrating. I mean, really. I need to be on watch on these two in the corner. At least they're far away from the other plants. I have the snake plant nest. I believe I had two here. Now I see that there's babies that came out of it and now it's full. The pot is full. Here is a droopy spider plant. Now this one has small spider plants over there and dried leaves in the corner. I have to clean that up. Oh my god. And I have here it's the lemon verbena. It has little tiny leaves. I know in the summer it was doing so good. The soil is fine. It's moist still. And here is my Hawarthias. I have this one here. It has little white stripe on it on the tips, and it has a baby. And here's my other Hawarthia that someone was asking to do an update on, and I have not had the chance to. There you go. Here is the update, and there's a new growing here, a new one there. It's looking fine. It's been in this pot for how long? And we have here the family of the aloe vera, which is a small version, but it has turned over to the window and it's leaning on that side. So I'm gonna have to stand it up again. And this is the paw bear, and this is a string of buttons, I believe. I'm not quite sure. And I have it in that little beautiful cup. And here I have more string of buttons, and I think this is a cutting of the snake plant that looks like a tube. And here I have more succulents. This one is so big now that it needs repotting. Look how beautiful it is. It needs repotting. I don't know if I should separate the babies though, or just repot it in a bigger pot and that's it. Hey, do you guys see that? Oh my god, is it what I'm seeing? Guys, look. Do you see that? Is that another plant? It's growing on the tip of the leaf. Oh my goodness. It's growing on the tip of the leaf. A new plant. Have you guys seen something like this? So cool. By doing this, I discovered that my plant is doing a cakey. A cakey was like if it was an orchid. I have my succulents in one little pot here, so I don't know if you can see it because I can't even stretch here. I got the heartleaf philodendron, this one, this heartleaf. I don't know the exact name. It has not done much really. It's just the same. It looks the same. And I have this my oregano. This is the mama plant, and it only keeps on growing big long stems and growing, taking over the window, and then dropping its leaves down in a corner, which you saw dried leaves. So that's the medicinal oregano plant, which was given to me by the plant swap by Helen, I believe. Thank you, Helen. It's been doing wonders. I have another one downstairs. Okay, so I have another snake plant, which is this one. Now these are two types of snake plants that I have here. This one, which is the leaves is different, right? And it has a baby growing on the side. And then this one, which has the yellow leaf on it. I believe this one is the same as the one that has a baby. Those are the big ones that I have here in the washroom. This is another one in the washroom. And then I also have the clevia plant here in my other son's room. Then I have another umbrella plant. This one is nice and clean. Nothing attacking it. So it's getting new leaves. It's happy there. This one is Peperomoides, I think it's called. I'm not even sure. Oh my goodness. I used to know the names by hand. And let me see if you can see it much better this way. There. So that's the plant. It's doing fine up here. And that's the zebra vine, which is doing fine up here too. I sold the big pot. We're almost done. I have so many plants, I know. Oh my goodness. This is the other washroom. Now, this one is called a palm tree. And guess what? It's blooming again. So far it's bloomed 3 times this year. And the blooms is there. We got 2 blooms. I know, it's not, the blooms are not pretty. Actually, there's another one in there, so that's 3 blooms. It's not like flowers, the blooms. It's just little petals, like saying little tiny little balls on each little stem of that flower. But it's blooming, which I'm happy. And it keeps on giving me new shoots. And it's happy in this corner. It is so happy there. And the last one. This is my other Chinese evergreen. This is different. The leaves is more darker. And yes, this one was looking kind of dried out, but now it's getting better. In this window, it's getting more better. And then I have 2 plants of the pilea. 2 of them. This one is the mama one. It is full of leaves. It looks like a bunch of coins. It's looking happy. There's something growing here. You see that? There's something in there. What is it? Is it going to bloom? Oh my God. I will make a video if it does. If it does something different, I will make a video. And that's about it, my friends. These are all the plants that I have in my home. I don't think I missed any. That's without counting the ones that are outside. I hope you enjoyed my plant tour and hope I did not bore you to death. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope all your wishes come true. I know this year has been very different and kind of sad too, because many things has happened. Many people's lives changed because of this pandemic. But keep strong and look forward. Fight for what you wish. Don't give up. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. And I appreciate you all for supporting me and taking a little bit of your busy time to watch my videos. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If you're new, subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Share the video, comment below, thumbs up, and hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Bye.